Welcome back, everybody. Legion Alpha Sparhawk back with you once again. This time previewing the Ferel Druid for you. We are on the PvP 110 realm, so we can go ahead and look at this fully unlocked. There, if you are a Turin, this is what you will look like. Very nice looking, nice little armor, metal claws, all the good stuff. Take a look, first spell book, see what we got. You can ignore the Guardian Affinity for right now, but you've got your Predatory Swiftness still. Gives you your free instant cast Healing Touch, your Roots, or your Rebirth. Omen of Clarity is still around. Auto attacks have a chance to reduce the energy cost of your next cat form ability by 100%. Primal Fury, gain an additional combo point when you critically strike with a combo generating attack. Dots do not trigger that. And your Mastery, Razor Claws, damage done by your cat form bleed abilities by 46% with my current gear. Obviously, I'm 110 on the PvP realm. You can see my item level is 802 because the artifact weapon's only 750 as compared to the rest of the gear, which is 810. Sitting around 24% crit, 46% mastery, 22% versatility, and 7% haste. Otherwise, most of your stuff is still back. You're not really losing anything. You've got your Rip still doing its thing. Ferocious Bite still does its thing. Rake, Shred. You're getting Swipe back, or you already have it back. I don't remember, but hell, you got Swipe. Got your main. You still got your Skull Bash for your interrupt, your heal. Survival Instinct still around. There's what it looks like. In case you don't know what it looks like, there it is. Got some bear paws around you. Tiger's Fury still there, 30 seconds, restore 60 energy, cause all auto attacks and abilities that you'll use to deal 15% additional damage for their full durations. Lash 8 seconds. Berserk, 3-minute cooldown, reduces the cost of all cat form abilities by 50% and increases maximum energy by 50 for 15 seconds. You still get Stampeding Roar on a 2-minute cooldown. Still looks like that. You've still got your maim if you want to use that to stun some stuff and do a little bit of damage. Moonfire is not usable in cat form unless you take the talent, which we'll go over the talents here in a second. Of course, like you said, you got your Roots, you got your Rebirth still. Prowl, Dash, all of that still around. Your artifact weapon gives you Ashamane's Frenzy on a minute cooldown. 1.25, whatever. You'll unleash Ashamane's Friendly on your target, causing your claws to swipe the target 15 times over 3 seconds, causing 89,490 damage, plus an additional 536,805 bleed damage over 6 seconds, and rewards 3 combo points. Great maneuver there. Lots of combo points. We'll show off some abilities, how they look now. Everything's kind of changed. There's your auto attack, obviously. Shred. Nice new graphic for Shred. I'm enjoying that one. Rake, just with the opposite paw. So, you know, be different, right? Rip, a little bit different. Do it to you one more time from over at the top. Rip. Healing Touch still looks like Healing Touch. Alright. Ferocious Bite coming up. Boom! That's your new Ferocious Bite graphic. Now, Swipe. Swipe has a nice little graphic there. Okay, we'll go ahead and I'm going to show you Thrash. The reason being, I took the Bear Affinity for a specific reason, and that's because your artifact weapon actually works with Thrash, which means you should have Thrash baseline. You just currently don't. But that's the new Thrash, and that's your artifact weapon afterwards, that purple shadow damage. So there you go. That's kind of nice when it does proc. You see it there. Nice little after effect, does a bunch of damage. I'll show it to you in obviously on your weapon here in a minute. So let's look at your weapon ability. Ashamine's Frenzy. There it is. Simply purple swipey lines. All good. All good. Tiger's Fury. Get you a little bit lit up there, like you're on fire almost there. Look at some Berserk. Right. No. There's Berserk for you. Nice lighting effects on that one for you nowadays. So, at least you'll look prettier while you're being a kitty. That's a plus, right? Alright. So that's it. Right there. Basic abilities, no talents. Let's take a look at said talents though. You do have on your top row Predator. Cooldown on Tiger's Fury will reset if the target dies with one of your bleed effects active. Blood Scent, your melee abilities in cat form have a 10% increased crit chance on targets with a bleed. And Lunar Inspiration will allow you to use your Moonfire in kitty form, generate 1 combo point, deal damage based on your attack power, and it will cost you 30 energy to do so. So, decent talents depending on the situation or how you want to play. Your next row, Wild Charge. In cat form will leap you behind your enemy, daze them for 3 seconds. Displacer Beast, the same that we know and love as today. 20 yard, teleport. Increase your movement speed by 50% for 4 seconds. Renewal, obviously just your simple heal. 30% of your max health usable in all forms. Of course, there you have your affinity row. Balance Affinity allows you to use your abilities from 5 yards. If you do take it, you see all these same melee range. It will adjust the range on those. So if we go ahead and take it, I'll show it to you. 15 yards away for Rip. 15 for Ferocious Bite. 10 yards for Rake. 10 yards for Shred. Swipe goes up to 13 yards. And you lose Thrash, which like I said, should not be the way it is unless they're changing the artifact weapon. We'll get to that in a minute. Resto Affinity, you still get Ysera's Gift, all that stuff. And of course you can heal if you need to. Your 60 row, Mighty Bash for your stun. Mass Entanglement, doing mass entanglement things. And Typhoon, knocking things back and making tanks mad. On your 75 row, Savage Roar. 25 energy, 1 to 5 combo points. Finishing move that increases damage done by 30% while in cat form. Of course, the combo points equal the time that it lasts. 5 points, 24 seconds. Incarnation replaces Berserk. Improved cat form that allows you to use a prow while in combat and causes Shred and Break to deal damage as if stealth were active. And does the other things that Berserk does, which is reduce all your costs of your abilities by 50% and increase your maximum rage energy by 50 and last 30 seconds. Soul of the Forest, your finishing combos grant 6 energy per combo point. On your 90 row, you got Sabertooth. Your Ferocious Bite extends the duration of Rip by 2 seconds per combo point spent. So you could set up a Rip and leave it on the entire fight without having to redo it if you wanted to, or if you were able to maintain it through your Ferocious Bite. If you were able to get your energy back fast enough, get your combo points, all that stuff. You got Jagged Wounds. Your Rip, Rake, and Thrash abilities deal the same damage as normal, but in 33% less time. Alun's Guidance, immediately gain 5 combo points and 1 additional combo point every 1 second for 5 seconds. So an additional 5 more, you get 10 out of the ability on a 45-second cooldown. And then on your 100 tier, Moment of Clarity, increase your maximum energy by 30, and it'll affect the next 3 cat form abilities instead of 1 cat form abilities. Blood Talon, still doing Blood Talon things. Casting Healing Touch causes your next 2 melee abilities to deal 30% additional damage. And Brutal Slash, strike all nearby enemies in a flurry of blood slashes, inflicting 94,444 physical damage to each. Awards 1 combo point. It has a maximum of 3 charges and replaces Swipe. Swipe is about 26,000. Costs you 45 energy. Does a 20% additional damage against bleeding targets. Or you can go for the Brutal Slash. Same energy cost. It's on a recharge system. There you go. Start off with 3 charges for it. Graphic for it. Let's see what it looks like. Pretty much just looks the same almost. A little bit different. Not bad. Blood Talons, we know what that looks like. Everything else. Let's see any other abilities we can show off here. Pretty sure Incarnation looks the same. Oh, hurry up and get me out of combat. Oh, Incarnation looks different. You got red goo underneath you now. So there's your Incarnation. No more extra armor, I guess, just so you can stay looking like your artifact form. You will now have a red graphic underneath your feet and your belly. Oh, all those are probably all the same. All those are the same. And there's nothing up here. I guess that's really all the abilities to show off. So there you go. Now let's take a look at your weapon. Again, your weapon's equip passive grants the Ashamain Frenzy ability, which you already saw. Very nice ability. Does a lot of damage over the bleed. And it gives you the 3 combo points. Pretty killer. Pretty killer. So that's that. You've got Tear the Flesh. So increase the damage of Rake by 15% when maxed. Increase the damage of Rip by 15% with Razor Fangs. Increase the damage of Bloody Slash by 15%. Harden Roots. Your bleed damage will no longer break your roots. Tiger's Fury generates an additional 15 energy every 1 second for 3 seconds. Increases the duration of Survival Instincts by 3 seconds. Berserk also increases all damage dealt by 15%. So you've got increase the crit chance of Shred by 15%. When you leave cat form, you have 100% increased dodge chance and armor for 5 seconds. Shapeshifting into cat form will cancel the effect. Can only occur once every 30 seconds. That's not bad. Increase the healing from Healing Touch by 45%. Each target hit by your Thrash reduces the energy cost of Bloody Slash by 2 for the next 4 seconds. Again, that's where some of the differences are. Bloody Slash being, I think, Brutal Slash. They just haven't changed the name of it. Otherwise, there is no Bloody Slash anywhere here. So, we'll assume that's still not been updated. And again, if we shift out of Bear Affinity, we lose Thrash, so Sense of the Blood would not work anyway, because you don't have Thrash anymore. Powerful Bite increases the critical strike damage of Ferocious Bite by 15%, and your big 3, whenever you Ferocious Bite a target, the Spirit of Ashamain has a chance to copy a shadowy version of Rip on your target, giving you an extra dot. Open wounds. When you rip a target, the Fangs of Ashamain tear the wound open, causing the target to take an additional 100% damage from all your bleed effects for 5 seconds. And then this one, Shadow Thrash, which you saw. When you thrash, you have a chance to release part of Ashamain's soul, causing all enemies within 8 yards to take 30,587 shadow damage every 0.8 seconds for 3 seconds. So there are some errors in here still, a couple of builds behind probably, something like that. But that's basically a quick preview. Showed you all the abilities, what they look like now. Don't pay attention to the damage because this is on a level 80 trading belly. By the way, just so it was clear, because somebody was using the Raider one. I think that one could have used a cooler looking graphic personally, but otherwise not too bad. Talents aren't too bad. Got lots of options, I think. I don't know. We'll have to ask our resident Ferel Druid Potato. See what he thinks about all these. But there you go. That's it, folks. I got nothing left on Ferel Druids right now. Again, we'll look at damage and all that stuff later on. Even being 110 and having all this, artifact weapon still obviously has some errors in it. So until they get that fixed and they get the other stuff done, not going to worry about Ferel Druid too much, because Shadow Thrash isn't going to work unless they make Thrash baseline, or they're basically going to force you into Guardian Affinity in order to have Thrash in the first place, which would not really make any sense. And the same for Scent of the Blood and Bloody Slash damage again with Sharpened Claws. What exactly is Bloody Slash? And it's not anywhere in your book. So there you go. Few things that still need to be worked out there. Once they do that, we'll take another look at that during the second pass. Hopefully it'll all be done by then. Otherwise, you guys are pretty much the same old, same old. Maybe you got, I think you got a little bit more AoE to you now. Especially if Shadow Thrash and Thrash become baseline. That gives you a lot of AoE power. Brutal Slash, maybe if you decide to take that for heavy AoE situations, you could use that instead of just regular swipe. Obviously not in a single target situation, but they are giving you some help in the AoE department, something I know Ferel Druids are in need of. So hopefully that helps you guys figure out where you stand, but that's all you got right now. 810 gear, you'll have almost 2 million health. That's not too bad. 1.6. Some other classes have a little bit more than you right now, but you can heal yourself, so deal with it, right? You're not in a bad spot, I don't think. So we'll see how it goes. As always, check us out, milkshakefactory.engine.com. Like, subscribe to the YouTube page, check out all the other videos. We are working on the dungeons and getting them up there. Playing around on a bunch of classes. I'll have a melee Holy Paladin heal build that I'm trying out. I'll have that up soon in one of the dungeon runs and some other stuff. And we'll continue with the class previews. We got Frost dropping today along with the Assassination Rogue, so we'll be working on those too. And as always, check us out on Twitter as well at GurneeJ, G-U-R-N-E-E-J. Check us out on the website, milkshakefactory.engine.com. Check us out on YouTube as you are right now. Watch the rest of the videos. Make comments. Tell us what you want to see. That's it for today. Goodbye, everybody.